Hi everyone. Okay, when we think about actor William Shatner, then of course we like to think of him as Captain James T. Kirk in the classic Star Trek. And here he is, pictured in a couple of the first season's episodes in 1966. Though maybe if you're not familiar with Star Trek, like a friend of mine, then perhaps you think of him as being in Boston Legal. But I'm not here to talk about Star Trek or Boston Legal. Instead, I want to go back to before he got the role of Captain James T. Kirk and talk about one of two films that are really interesting. And the first one I want to mention is the film The Intruder from 1962. So William Shatner, he started his career in the 50s and had mainly worked in TV and theatre. Nothing too exceptional, and perhaps his biggest breakthrough really came in 1961 when he had a role in the all-star cast of Judgment at Nuremberg. But in 1962, he appears in the film The Intruder, directed by Roger Corman. Roger Corman, legendary figure, a director, producer of so many B-movies, movies that he's famed for making a profit on. He introduced the careers for so many people, such as Jack Nicholson in Little Shop of Horrors, Joe Dante, the director. So many people feel indebted to having worked with Roger Corman in their careers. But The Intruder really is a fascinating film. So this is a racial prejudice movie that is filmed in Missouri, in Charleston and East Prairie, I believe, in Missouri. And just an absolutely gobsmacking film, this one. So this is set at a time during the civil rights movement, and there is this period where desegregation has happened, and so black students are able to go to white colleges. And so really what we have in this film is a small town in Missouri where this is happening. We've got 10 students who are about to go to college for the first time. And you sense all the racial unease that there is in the town. But this gets heightened even more when William Shatner, as Adam Kramer, comes to town. Really suave, really good-looking guy, has a way with words, but he is there to stir up trouble. He is there to incite behaviour and to really work up a mob mentality in this town. This film absolutely is gobsmacking. I was really surprised at just how hard-hitting it is. It does not flinch at all from the kind of language that it uses and the behaviours of people in this film. Incredible to think that Roger Corman made this in a town where he actually used many of the locals in that town. And they all do a terrific job. It's really convincing. The script by Charles Beaumont is really strong. Charles Beaumont, a writer who worked with Roger Corman on other projects, such as his Edgar Allan Poe adaptations, but had a short-lived life. He died at the age of 38 from a disease, so just a few years after The Intruder. But yeah, this film is so well written, and William Shatner is just incredible to watch in this. He is absolutely on fire in this film, and it's a really strong performance. And like I say, everybody in the film is very convincing. So absolutely, this is powerful stuff to watch. It is quite difficult to watch at times and makes you flinch. And interesting, I know I talked in my previous video about this film from the UK, which was J. Lee Thompson's Flame in the Streets. So this came 1 year earlier, 1961. And so you're seeing in the UK the kind of racial tensions that were going on there. Now this film is a bit more theatrical in nature than The Intruder. Still very hard-hitting in terms of its language and behaviours, though. So yeah, they do make interesting double bills for this time period. But yeah, I was absolutely gobsmacked by the strength of William Shatner's performance in this and the strength of Roger Corman's direction. So it does seem that this film, although it was critically well received at the time, it was considered a flop, if you like. It wasn't one that was attracting a big audience, although over time more people have now seen it. But yeah, absolutely, if you haven't seen this film, it is worth seeking out. I know that there are some other fellow YouTubers who have already seen this film, and I think a couple have talked about it on their channels, but Yeah, an incendiary piece of work, definitely worth seeing. This is William Shatner in Roger Corman's The Intruder, 1962. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you again to talk about another William Shatner film.